And then, like, a girl I was friends with worked at the local grocery store. She's like, "Yeah, I've seen Harley's mom come in. She pays with ones."
Very sticky ones.
What are you doing with the ones before you give them? Never mind.
Well, it's where you put the ones when you give them.
Oh, okay. I literally thought, like, do people ejaculate on their singles before they stuff them in the in the bikini? Like, that just doesn't even make sense. You guys are crazy.
Yeah, they roll them up into a tube and then jerk off with them, Woody. That's why you sit right next to the stage. That's what the champagne room is for.
Oh, is that what happens in the champagne room?
You go back and jack off in all your money. Then you come out and throw it in singles at the strippers.
Now it all makes sense.
Yeah, that's like your like only real way to touch a stripper at a reputable place is when you tuck the money into her panties or her bra or whatever. It's kind of a fresh way to, like,
you can just briefly touch her belly with the back of your finger.
Yeah. Well, you keep going farther and farther.
Don't act like that's nothing, Woody.
It's not.
A woman could graze your dick with her wrist, and you're into it. I could feel a lot with the back of my knuckles, sir. If I've been staring at it for an hour, don't act like that's not worth $1.
Usually,
Mister, I don't want the apocalypse to happen. Fucking Warren Buffett over there. Don't you dare shit talk on tipping strippers $1.
Usually the girl will she'll indicate where she wants the money put. Mm-hmm. And if she's not feeling you, they've often got this, like, a garter. You know what a garter is? Like, it's on your thigh. It's that round frilly thing. They'll be like, yeah, right here. Because that's the lowest tier of where you get to put the money, other than just putting it on the stage. If she's just like, yeah, just put it on the floor near me. Yeah, no, you don't need to touch me. But then if you're going to touch her, the lowest tier is the garter. But sometimes she'll be like, yeah, right here. And you're basically just, like, touching her pussy with your, your back of your knuckle or whatever. And if she likes you, you get as fresh as you want. And the less reputable the establishment is, the more you can, touch and do
what's
stuff.
the freshest, Kyle, what's the freshest you've ever got?
Oh,
in a strip club? Not in the back room. Like in the main area, the freshness. Like maybe like a 10-second knuckle rub on her clit. Like
I was on Adderall one time in Vegas, and I think I dry humped a stripper's snatch for probably 20 minutes while she counted her money. That like Adderall and strip clubs for me is pretty much better than anything in the world.
What the hell does Adderall do? That
it makes me so focused and devastating when it comes to women. Like, I don't say any weird spurgy things. I don't try to be funny. I become like Don Draper with the right combination of Adderall and liquor. It is the complete opposite of me. It would be unrecognizable. Like, it would be like Edward Norton and Tyler Durden, the difference, but it's fucking perfect.
Does Adderall keep you awake like caffeine, or did I make that up?
More than caffeine.
Adderall keeps you awake. Yeah,
it keeps you awake for quite some time.
So I wouldn't want to take it before the show.
If you take a quick release and you only did 10 milligrams, then it'd be fine. Like I've taken one before the show in the past, and it's like, I mean, I get to sleep by 1 or 2. It's not like you're up all night.
I'm up that long anyway.
Exactly, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
As far as getting fresh in the club, I've definitely touched her pussy with like putting the money in there. And touched her nipple, like putting it because some places aren't, she'll start with a top on. I've been to a place, wasn't even topless. It was like a burlesque type thing, and I was immediately like, shit, they tricked us with that cover charge thing.
Yeah,
I already bought a drink. I guess we'll finish our booze. But
did they read you any British poetry during their burlesque show or whatever they do with their liberal arts degrees?
Yeah. It was disappointing that there weren't titties, but at the same time, it was sort of nice to see like some sort of mystery, because like chicks sometimes, some chicks definitely look better just in lingerie than topless or naked, and it seemed like these were the girls who that was true for, and they seemed like better dancers. And there was a better performance involved because you got to make up for the fact that there's no titties, right? So it was a bit of a show.
And you're not on ecstasy.
Yeah, right. And but in the back room, I mean, I've had chicks just go ahead and get naked, 100% when they're not supposed to. I'm pretty sure I've been to It's fuzzy. I don't even remember if I've been to places where the bottoms were off, but I think I have. I'm almost sure I have at some point because I've been to strip clubs in like several states, but it just doesn't stick out to me remembering that. You'd think I would, but I prefer those places 100%. Like that would be the way to go. Like the idea that they're just topless is kind of lame anyway, if you ask me.
What's the selling point to a burlesque show over a strip club? Like it's it's the same thing, but they're wearing clothes, right?
They're wearing like lingerie or like basically swimming suit type situation, like underwear.
See, that's not a selling point to me. Like if you want to go,
it's a classier,
go big or go home.
It's a classier show that you could take like someone who wouldn't go to a strip club too. Like maybe if your girlfriend's uptight and she doesn't want to go to the strip club, she would go to a burlesque show a lot of the times. Like you could take your parents to a fucking burlesque show.
Aren't they funny and like have like almost an act? Like
yeah,
they have an act.
Sometimes they do. You know, it depends on the level. Like there's levels to the shit, right?
Yeah.
You know, like that crazy thing I went to in New York that time at that club called The Box. That was this weird mix of performance art and BDSM and stripping and pornography and like it was everything all mishmashed into one. Like 1 minute there's like I don't know if it was a man or a woman to this day, but they came out mostly naked wearing a dog mask on a leash and collar, and then the chick like put whipped cream all on her pussy and like shoved his face in it and then fucked him with a strap on, and then all right, next show, and out comes some lady wearing a necklace, and streaming down from it is like a beaded curtain, and that's all she's wearing. And so every time she like sways as she sings, you're seeing everything briefly. It's perfect. But she was a great singer, and we were all just like, she's got a killer body, but god damn, she's talented. She could sing. And they told me the way they got me to go there was like, yeah. There's this one guy. He eats an entire pizza right there on stage while he talks to you, and then he vomits it into a bucket, and then he eats the vomit.
Huh.
And I was just like, you're shitting me.
no,
that's not a thing.
That's not
a thing.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. Mike owns the place, and I was like, you own a club in New York? He's like, 2%. I'm like, that's a lot. That's good enough. So yeah, that was a ridiculous.